The essence of what is worth loving in a woman is her trying with all of her heart to put submission to true natural virtue first. To those of you who are lost in the Western labyrinth, that means true unconditional submission to potent, focused moral intensity that ends with me. In order for one to love, there must first be justice, or else it is sickness and not love. So for this reason, the martial art principles all end with me. This is a list of many of them, not all of them. And everything else is some kind of act, some kind of sick fixation, some kind of weirdos pretending that they're important so they can take advantage of women first and foremost and survive. Okay. And many people have martial art businesses, and their false pride and their racism is tied into their martial art system, right? The Asian systems, the American systems, right? These are race-first systems, family-first systems, and not universal morality, or else they would have obeyed me. And obviously, nobody who didn't emerge to obey me can bring in the continuity of righteousness. They are just a thief, and for them to even be alive is evil, and we'll get to that. So moral, true, and the spirit of righteousness based, okay, are connected here. Moral dignity, moral honor, moral morality, moral spirit, moral disciple, moral discipline, moral focus, moral heroism, moral insight, moral sharpness, moral determination, moral drive, moral dedication, moral motivation, moral inspiration, moral conveyance, moral love, moral value, moral valor, moral virtue. Again, virtue has the word ver for masculinity. That's why the woman must be receptive with all her heart. In order for her to be good, she must concede that men, the good men, are greater than her, at least up until I die. Okay. And we'll get to that. They even have wordplay that proves me right about that. They see it that way, I see it that way. Okay. So they must see the virtue in somebody, right? Vi true, virtue, right? With the truth, moral truth. Okay. True manliness, moral courage, moral toughness, moral precision, moral obedience to God, to the martial art order, and we'll get to that in the next video. Moral clarity, moral precision, moral honesty, moral repentance. That means giving up all ill-gotten gains, including life. After I die, for one to realize that they cannot live in a moral world and life is not worth living, and to try to walk the martial art path, they must die. Okay, it's very interesting. Okay, because the world is a world full of ill-gotten gains. All the children of rapists and their servants and pirates and their servants, okay, are all that's left. They calculated. They even made a 400-year date, 1619 to 2019. They calculated. Killing off the last to bring in a new world order. They talked and talked about bringing in a new world order, a novus ordo seclorum, a secular order. And then they made it so I couldn't have a kid that I raised myself, which is the only way to continue God's natural conveyance of a leader, which must have started billions and billions of years ago, and then eventually man came about, and through nature that those genes and that mixture emerged naturally. You can't replace what has come from countless years and countless billions of years naturally and from God with some kind of rape cult science, some kind of pirate science. You can't do that with any science. Okay. So what it is not true repentance. Anyone who seeks to be a martial artist after I die, must kill themselves, must die in combat. They must acknowledge that even living is evil, and they must not even begin to train, because that training is evil. You're not supposed to be alive. Your parents weren't supposed to bring you into a world without someone like me. They're supposed to die with me. You're in hell. Okay? And the only way to try to be a martial artist, a true martial artist in hell, is to not be in hell and to not try to build in that direction in hell. And I don't believe it is true repentance